Hello and welcome to another episode of Leader Generation brought to you by ModOp. I'm your host for today, Patty Parobek. Let's get right into it. Over 61% of marketers are already using AI-powered tools to streamline tasks, to generate content, and improve strategic processes. So by now, most people have heard of Microsoft Copilot, but they might not be aware or familiar with its specific capabilities. Microsoft Copilot is an AI assistant. It helps make work faster and easier by providing intelligent suggestions and automating tasks across Microsoft apps. So those are things like Teams, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And two of our project managers tested Copilot in ModOp's AI Playground. I'm excited to introduce Ian and Jose, who will tell you about their experiences using the app and their honest reviews. Enjoy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you, your name, what's your position at ModOp, and the app you tested?
Okay, my name's Ian, and I am Technical Project Manager here at ModOp, and I've tested the app Copilot.
And what were you trying to solve or get out of Microsoft Copilot when you first started using it?
Mainly note-taking during meetings, be able to sort out key takeaways, action items, streamline that process as much as I could, because that's what I feel is one of the biggest challenges of what I do, just like being present in a meeting and not missing any details. And, and then if I do miss stuff, like having to go through the whole recording and checking the transcript. And I was using already ChatGPT for some of those purposes, copying and pasting the transcript, but that process was very tedious. And you usually couldn't paste the entire transcript. You had to like cut it, and it was a whole editing process afterwards that I felt Copilot could streamline a lot more.
Was the note-taking and summarization part of using Copilot the best thing about it for you? What all did you like about the Microsoft Copilot experience?
Yeah, those two things are definitely the biggest benefits, at least in my line of work. Also, even just asking Copilot questions during meetings. Let's say I zoned out for 3 minutes because I had to attend another project or turn off a fire or whatever. I can easily just ask Copilot during the meeting, what did Patty, for example, just talk about for the past 3 minutes? And it'll summarize it. And then I'm back to speed. And if somebody asks me, I know what we're talking about.
I love that example. It definitely happens to us all. So then you mentioned ChatGPT was another tool that you tested for that same challenge. Have you tested any other applications?
Just those two.
Yeah, and those are mainly
Mhm.
what everyone's using, so that makes a lot of sense. So
Mhm.
then on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being very unlikely, 5 being extremely likely, how would you recommend Microsoft Copilot for
Well,
similar work?
I would say it depends on people's skill sets. Some people are very good note takers, but for I mean, even if you're a good note taker, I still feel you would benefit greatly. Um, but mostly project managers are managing multiple projects and have to kind of have their attention on many things at once. So I would say a 5, whether you're very skilled or not skilled in note taking. Um, it helps to fill in any gaps.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. This has been great. Tell us a little bit about you, the title you have at ModOp, and the application you tested.
My name is Jose Carlos Franceschi. I am a technical PM for the Solution Innovations Group. I'm fairly new to the company. I've been using Copilot mainly the Note Assistant part, but I also expanded it into all the Microsoft Suite applications.
Awesome. So when you first started testing Microsoft Copilot, what problem were you trying to solve, or what generally were you looking for from this application?
The main one was note taking during meetings. As a starter in the company, there was a lot of technical terms that I needed to understand and read correctly. And the notes that I was taking maybe weren't up to par or maybe fast enough.
What overall did you like about Microsoft Copilot?
From the note taking part, one of the things that I liked the most was how exact was when it comes to describing what each person was saying, and also how the automation on how after the meeting is not only the transcript but already process it and tells you the topics that were spoken, who was speaking about what subject, like a general subject and then a specific that each person said, and ends up with action items for everyone within the call. So that to me was just made my job so much faster and easier.
Are there any other features that you found to be valuable?
Yeah, for Word document, creating formats for different meetings. Like when I needed to have certain criteria of a meeting, and I don't have to, like, I'm struggling to say like how I want to structure it or what's the format to be. As I create a prompt and ask it, and just pretty much gave me an entire document already separated with bullet points prep, and like that was super great. Oh, the Outlook, the email. Also, pretty much same situation. I was struggling like to create an email with proper wording that was understood by the people I was saying it, the people I was sending it to, that sounded like that my grammar was for one correct, and I wasn't repeating the same words over and over and over. So it helped me also with creating like a format of the email.
So have you used other or tested other similar applications for any of those use cases? So for note taking or note translation, the Word doc template assist or email?
No, for the note taking, I haven't used any other assistant. For the formatting, and sometimes like note taking, like if I have written notes and I wanted to make them sound more accurate or like in a better wording or better grammar, I usually use ChatGPT, which is pretty useful. But directly embedded into a suite, I haven't used that, and I haven't used any other application like that.
Just curiously, how do you find Microsoft Copilot compares against ChatGPT for email creation?
For email creation, I think it is better in the sense that it's already there. I don't have to go to another app and do it. But I do say this when it comes to ChatGPT and Copilot, maybe on my short experience with AI, I do enjoy more the language of ChatGPT versus Copilot. ChatGPT is more conversational. Like I can add small things here and there, like do it as in a conversation. Where Copilot, usually you give him something and it will give you the answer. Like and I'll give you like a simple version, a more convoluted version, and a super like specific version. And you can toggle between those and maybe refresh them, but it doesn't really give you like the opportunity to, at least on the email format, it doesn't give you the opportunity like to keep improving on it.
That makes sense. Are there any other applications that you found useful for Microsoft Copilot apart from the ones that we already discussed?
Not yet, but I've heard like the Microsoft Copilot, like on the web, like the creating, like prompting to create something different is super useful. I just haven't got the time to really use it and like really get into prompting. It is a skill on itself. So I'm still hoping to get to try that in a little bit.
Awesome. So then, last question. On a scale from 1 to 5, where 1 is really unlikely, 5 is highly likely, how likely is this to be something that you would recommend to others playing the same role or doing similar work?
And for me, it's an easy 8, because if you're already using Microsoft Suite, it is like there shouldn't really be any question. If you're using like other platforms, maybe Google or Zoom or whatever, then maybe like connecting it might be complicated, and maybe the other AI tools suit better. But if you're using Microsoft, it is super useful. Even if you're using only for meetings, no taking the automation already like as a product on itself.
No, that is awesome. Well, thanks so much. This was an awesome interview. All right. Some great insights from Ian and Jose. I think what's really interesting is that we've evaluated Microsoft Copilot before, probably a year ago in a formal evaluation process, and it did not do as well as when we're testing it now in the AI playground. And I think that's important to note, is that sometimes technology just gets better. So if you rule out an application for serving a specific purpose or satisfying your needs in 3, 6, 9 months, that app could be significantly better. So don't rule it out completely. Just put it back in the cycle if you start seeing new features and new developments and new reviews pop up. And that's exactly what happened with Microsoft Copilot. And I'm glad that it did, because it's allowing us to get more value out of a tool that we didn't think was going to be as valuable as it is. And that's it for this week. So thank you, as always, for listening to this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed the latest learnings from the AI Playground. If you have ideas of apps that we should review, email us at podcast@modop.com. That's MODOP.com. Plus, you can always visit modop.com/podcast and listen to more episodes of Leader Generation and more episodes that have reviews on apps that we've tested in our AI Playground. Until next time, have a great week.